Boom, boom. Check it out. Check it out. Oh, yes. Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on? Welcome to episode 161 of the Foresight Podcast. This your boy Arden talking to you.
Yeah. And it's your boy Wills.
AK is on the way. Have no fear. The three amigos that you all love in the podcasting game will be together for a new episode of the podcast. As always, thank you guys so much for checking us out, showing love. So you already know the routine in case you already do. Follow us on social media. The Instagram is at The Foresight Company. Twitter is at Foresight Company. Visit our website for updates, info, articles at foresightny.com. You already know, man, when it comes to the music at Foresight Music, we've been cooking up. Our brother Wills, once again, check out Fargo Fridays,
Yes,
5-track EP going crazy. It is out on all DSPs. By the time you guys hear this, we have a new single that's coming out by us at Foresight Music, Treat Me Different by Phils Jackson and Cool Kid Dre. That is going to go crazy. You already know where we at, man. Once again, we at the crib, WTF Media Studios. We got our guy Wolf engineering us, making sure the vision comes out ever so beautifully.
Yes, sir.
Wills, how's everything been, man, since we last seen each other? What's the word?
It was good, but you have them days.
Yeah,
I spoke to you yesterday. I ain't gonna talk about it on air, but I'm going through some things personally, but it's cool. I'll be back. Yeah, you even see, look, I got no earring. I got one earring. I'm going through a lot, man.
Bling,
Something
blow.
Something happened with my ear hole like a few days ago. It's too big, so I gotta let it chill for a bit or get it stitched up. I'm just going through a lot, but minor setback for a major comeback.
Of course.
I'll be back.
Of course. If Bron could come back from 3-1,
Yeah,
Wills
of course,
could come back. You
I
already
got
know
this.
the routine,
I got this.
man. You
Got
already
this,
know the
man.
routine.
Oh.
This is how it goes. But I felt that, bro, because even when we linked up last week and when we was working on some stuff that, of course, the folks you guys will be seeing very soon.
Yeah,
I was
wait.
telling you the same thing as well. Like, even with working everything in a funk, moody bag and everything. So I definitely feel you on that.
Yeah.
I'm fortunate enough to be good. Back-to-back weekends with the lady celebrating her birthday.
That's what's up.
Huge success. More life, more love from a lady. Shout out to her friends that pulled up and everything. Of course, happy to see her support group and much more. But everything's been good with me too, man. I'm just ready for the fall to like really take over. Like, it's time. I
mean, I don't want to say you don't want to be inside, but it's like that's that good weather where you can.
It's that good weather, and it's the time where it's like, yo, joggers and jeans and sweatshirts and hoodies, and like that's what it's all about for me.
Yeah, trying to be cozy out.
It's the breeze for me, as folks would say out there. So I'm trying to get back in that mix and everything, man. But for real, once again, huge salute to everybody that's been rocking with what we've been doing with Foresight in general. Again, folks have been more in tune. You guys ran up our post from earlier this week. When,
that was crazy.
That was nuts.
I didn't even
bro.
expect to get that much comments
Yo,
or like that much people to engage.
Over 150. And here's the thing, I shared that post with some people, but I wasn't expecting over 150 plus comments on that post, dog.
It went
crazy. Shout out for all of the recommendations, even some of you who recommended yourself.
It word.
Yeah, I'm like, yo, you recommended yourself and you act like we did not just like spotlight you somehow, like in an interview or an article. But I say that to say, shout out to the homie AR, aka Mr. Head Top. I saw Yonkers and everybody else was going up for him in the comments.
Yeah, he went crazy.
Yeah, like he had DM'd me and was like, yo, bro, I could try to tell him to chill. I'm like, yo, bro, I was already going to hit you up and say, like, we definitely going to connect because, side note, I've been seeing him work with the music videos and the freestyles. I think you'll like him. Okay. From YO, just
put me on.
Working, doing his thing. For real. I know you did some stuff with like Boogie Nation, I think, on the record, or at least you guys know each other. But word, shout out to everybody that commented on that. Again, follow us on the socials. Keep staying in tune with what you guys do, and we're gonna keep rocking. And of course, to start the show, we got to do another round of shout outs, and I have, to shout out the Stay Busy Podcast, Nick, Armand, and Kieran for putting me onto this concept. Because of the fact that, again, they did it when I was on the show and I'm a listener of their podcast. And I'm like, yo, this is dope. So I actually have a few shout outs, Will. So
Okay,
I'm not going to take long with these shout outs. I'm going to try to get quick to the point. The first shout out actually goes to the Stay Busy podcast themselves. By the time you guys hear this, the Stay Busy podcast will have had either their first ever event or their first event throughout this pandemic this Friday evening in the Bronx. It's called the Busy Bronx. It's going to be a night that consists of live music, stand-up comedy, poetry, and a really good vibe. Because I know the Stay Busy boys, they know how to party, they know how to bring people together. I'm going to be in the building for that. I passed the link on to my bros, so if they're able to pull up, yep. So if you guys are able to pull up. It's free. All you got to do is RSVP. Salute to them because, again, really good guys to make really dope content, and I know it's going to be a really good event. And Nick and I actually met each other for the first time because he was at the same show I was at last night. I'm just having dinner across the street because I got there a little too early. Again, I'm just busting it down on the meal, and he's like, "Yo, Arden, that's you?" I'm like, "Nick, oh, that's crazy." Oh, Nick,
rare on
the meal. Like, I'm just 90% through. Like, all right, let me go ahead and get this done. That's the first shout out. The second and third one both are related to my camp family over at Brant Lake Camp. And it's crazy because it's like two different generations and both folks are doing their things in fashion. Mm-hmm. The first one, I want to give a shout out to my homie Johnny Schwartz, who was in my age group when I went to camp. He's been doing this thing out in LA. He's an LA kid, but he's been doing this thing in the fashion world via his own brand called Yony, Y-O-N-Y. Mm-hmm. And it's getting to the point where freaking the Jonas Brothers are starting to rock his brand.
Oh, that's fine.
Shawn Mendes. I'm seeing it pop up on different like pop shows or whatever the case may be. And I'm really happy for you, bro. For real. He's doing this thing. And this last one, shout out to my youngin', Brett Gray. Brett Gray, you remember when I used to coach you and was one of your counselors back when I was freaking 19 or 20? This kid's, I think, like a freshman or a sophomore in college right now at Michigan. But I want to give him a shout out because he also is doing this thing in the fashion world because his brand right now, the Soho Youth Club, which is donating all proceeds to charitable causes, is going up. And Will's, it's going up to the point where if you check Meek Mill's Instagram, he's worn Soho Youth Club hats multiple times. Yeah, multiple times. I think I saw the other day Fat Joe or Rick Ross had one of the Soho Youth Club hoodies. I think Bobby Shmurda was wearing a Soho Youth Club hoodie. And it's dope, man, because, again, we're in the hip-hop world. So to see my youngin', one of my youngins tap in.
That's fine.
And he getting the Elite to rock it, and Meek was wearing that damn hat for like a good week straight. In them pictures, I think I could find that week.
Word.
It's really, really dope, man. So for real, salute to everybody. I just shouted out. Stay Busy, Johnny, and Brett, man. For real, love is love. Wells, what about you?
I got two shout outs. One is not really, they don't really deserve a shout out, but I just want to shout them out because I want to shout out WWE because
that hurts your heart.
They let Big E
when the chip
last night.
I like my chips with the dip.
Yeah, so shout out to them. Another black man with the strap took it off another black man, so it's like two black men back to back. So
WWE quietly is supporting black on black violence.
Yeah, that's it. WWE is supporting black on black violence. But yeah, shout out to them because of that. I haven't really watched wrestling in a good probably like 5-6 months, but I just tried to tap in because of AEW is doing it. Yeah. So
stay connected.
Yeah, so I just tapped back in, and when I tapped back in, it did something good. So shout out to them. Next person I want to shout out is B Gold. That's my man's cousin. It's his own clothing line. It's kind of big, just like you said. He got people wearing it. Like Snoop Dogg has wore his shades before. Rick Ross wear his shades all the time.
Tough.
The brand is dope. Like he has everything from sweatsuits, t-shirts, glasses, hats, everything.
Versatility.
But I recently just went to one of his fashion shows on Sunday out here in the city because it's like Fashion Week. So that was dope. It was a nice experience. It was like my first official I've been to fashion shows, but like during fashion, that was my first one during Fashion Week. So it was cool. It was kind of long. Got tired. I was hungry. Then they only had the food for the models, so then I got mad. But but it was cool. Yeah, shout out to Be Gold, yo. Y'all need to tap in. It's a nice clothing line.
For real, salute to everybody, man. For real, that's really, really dope. Always great to see people following their passions and much more. And for real, man, you already know you got our support individually and as a collective here at Four Side. To talk about the music, woo! All right. This show is getting up to another level. 2 weeks since we've last spoke to you guys. And at the time we spoke to you guys, Donda had just come out, but CLB wasn't out yet. Now, CLB is out, Certified Lover Boy. The numbers are in. Another one, number one. 613 in the first with just an IG post, you know what I'm saying? 9 out of the first top 10 charts, you know, secured.
Yo, you're crazy.
That's what we do over here, man. All y'all out here talking about numbers don't matter. Cap. They will always matter. And of course, the all-time streaming record, he fell a few million short. That was held by who? Oh, yeah, him. This boy might be the GOAT for real, bro. Oh, my God. Dog, that is crazy. But nah, man, ever since Certified Lover Boy has come out, ladies and gentlemen, you know, it's just sparked a whole bunch of reactions, positive, negative, indifferent. You know, it's definitely going to be another one of those albums in Drake's catalog and really in rap's yearly recap that gets used as a timestamp of what's been happening. And Wills, to kick this off,
yes,
how do you feel about Certified Lover Boy by Drake, the Canadian 6th studio album?
It's a good album. Excuse me. I'm not gonna lie though, I did expect more like girl records, like because of the title. Then I saw the album cover, so I was thinking I thought he was gonna be more in his singing bag. But then I did see Ebro's tweet saying like he heard it's gonna be a rap album. He was right. But yeah, the album is good. At first I was like, okay, this is like regular Drake. To me, I needed some new Drake. I was waiting for that. Yeah, I know I was waiting for it. Mm-hmm. So I liked it, but to me, I was like, at first I'm like, nah, it's just like regular Drake. But then it just started hitting. Like the second listen, I don't know. I think the first listen was good. Like I was feeling mad songs, but at the end I'm like, it's Drake. And Drake is Drake. So I'm like, okay. Then I listen again. I'm like, nah, and it just keeps getting better and better with time. Like, so I just been, honestly, that's all I listen to. I try to go back and listen to other things. I listen to Don. I try to compare so that one day I'd listen to both back to back. CLB got it. Donda is like one of them albums. Like it's good, but you got to be in the mood.
Yeah, you got to be in a certain mood.
You got to be in a certain mood.
Or doing something to go through that project.
Yeah, exactly. Like I'm a guy that like to listen to music dumb loud in the shower. So I was like, I told y'all before, I had made a playlist with both albums with the songs I like. And I remember like a Donda song came on. I had to stick my head out the shower like, hey Siri, play this.
Switch it up, please.
Yeah. But the album is good, man. I don't know, should I name my favorite song?
Go ahead. Yes, of course.
Yeah, so
this is the breakdown.
My favorite song, honestly, is I Miss You Too with Kid Cudi.
Really?
I don't know why that like, I mean, Poppy's Home was like the first one I was like, oh yeah, this is hitting. Then it probably was like I like In Too Deep. In Too Deep had me going crazy, like dumb late at night. Cause he dropped it at like 1 or 2, right?
Yeah, he dropped it at 1.
Yeah, so I was going crazy in my room at dumb late at night.
Facts.
Like, Deep
same position I was too.
But I don't know why I Miss You Too. I don't know why. Just like, I don't know.
It's growing on me. I remember initially just being like,
I was a phase. Okay, fine. I Miss You Too. It's just hard to. I
remember initially not liking it like that, and then it grew on me. I was like, I like it now.
Yeah, no, it's fire. Pipe Down. That began me in my feels. TSU. I mean, the whole album is fire. It's Girls Want Girls. In the Bible, Dirk went crazy. Shouted out India, Cosmetic. You know, like, it's like, yo, bro, it's just.
He should have mentioned the promo code. Just put that in there.
Word, but nah, it's crazy. Fucking Fans, like, yo, Fucking Fans had me. I was feeling that because I was just feeling that. It brought me back in time or whatever.
To some situations.
Yeah. You know what I'm talking about. But
Get Along Better.
Oh,
Get Along Better
Better
is.
was crazy. I'm not gonna lie, that was crazy. And then Ty Dolla $ign, I feel like
Yeah,
Ty
Ty
Dolla
is just
$ign,
the
you gotta
little
sprinkle
sprinkle, the little.
and that's all you need. That little sprinkle of Ty Dolla $ign, and it's a hit.
It's like, you don't need no salt in that food, but you add it
But
anyway.
you gotta add it anyway.
But you add it anyway. You know
need
what I
some
mean?
taste, a little, spice it up a little bit. But
And
yeah.
how have you been feeling, Wills, when you see certain people's reaction on the project, whether it's positive or negative? How you been feeling? Whenever you come across some critiques or reactions to the project?
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, because since a lot of people know, like, I do the podcast, they be wanting to, like, me to give the, like, intake. So
Yeah.
like, for the past 2 weeks, I've seen people like that listen to music. Like, oh, Wills, what's your take on CLB? And I want to save it for the show, so I just like generic, like, oh yeah, it's a good album or whatever. I gotta listen to it more. Their takes. I've heard people say same thing I thought in the beginning. Like they thought it was gonna be more singing, girl songs. I heard people say they thought it was gonna be like he was gonna try something new, but everything just sounded like all the shit we've been hearing. I've heard that. I don't know. I've heard Donda's better, like, the crazy Kanye fans.
Of course.
I don't know. I heard that he wasn't gonna sell a lot.
Cap.
Yeah.
Cap. Come on.
It's a bunch. I've heard it's a great album. I heard people calling it a classic already. I don't really do that. The whole calling things classic.
Yeah,
early,
I'm not there yet.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of mixed reviews. How I feel about them, I don't know. I like the album personally. Like, I could sit there and listen to the whole thing front to back, back to front, like, no problem. And I've been doing it for the past 2 weeks probably every day.
Mm-hmm. Hey, I feel you on that, bro, because I know for me, I'm going to just go straight into the take that I've been saving that I immediately felt from the first listen. So I just got to go straight into it. Usually I set the table up and then we eat. For me, ladies and gentlemen, CLB is a top 3 Drake project.
You think so?
Top 3 Drake project for me.
I'm not gonna lie.
It's a top
I've heard
3
that
Drake
too.
project.
I heard that too. Somebody's put it up there.
I almost said top 2, and then I was like, this other project still got it. Because for me, my top 2 Drake projects of all time will forever be Take Care and So Far Gone.
For real?
And you know what and you know what it is? And it's not even from a nostalgic standpoint.
Mm-hmm.
It's really just off the music. Like, just off the music, the moments, the highs, whatever you want to call it, from Take Care and So Far Gone, to me are just unmatched. So for me, those are Drake's 2 best projects ever. But for me, CLB is third by a long shot. It's way better than Scorpion, way better than Views.
Think so?
Yep.
Views is my shit.
And keep in mind, and Wolf is shaking his head because he enjoys Views too. I'm Views Hive as well.
I had to just
If you
put my
remember,
friends on.
if you remember from our early podcast beginnings, I defended Views from day one. Views don't want to see CLB.
My friends be jacking. My like friends in my group chat, they be jacking. Nothing Was the Same, and If You're Reading This Too Late.
Nothing Was the Same as fourth.
Fourth?
It's fourth on my list.
Yeah, I got mine is like Views, Take Care.
Actually, I think I might have even wrote a little list. I think I probably wrote the list the same night.
Care, Nothing Was the Same, and then it might be CLB. You might be.
Hold up, do I still got it?
I don't know, because I like a lot of shit from Scorpion though.
All right, I got it. So yeah, so I wrote down either that night or a couple nights after. In order, I wrote Take Care, So Far Gone, CLB, Nothing Was the Same, More Life, Scorpion, Views. If you're reading this, thank me later.
Okay.
And that for me in that order.
You're a true OVO guy, so I can
You know what I'm saying?
Gotta respect.
Gotta OVO flag for a reason.
Yeah.
But the reason why I call this project a top 3 Drake project, folks, is because first things first, I truly believe the songwriting was exceptional. I just believe it was exceptional. And I think when we want to go about the bars, I don't think many of you out there understand Drake has been rapping the greatest he's ever rapped in his career over the last 2 or 3 years.
Bro, this nigga said bold niggas getting real italic around me.
Bars. Bars.
What?
Bars. Like this, the rapping, again, just champagne poetry, 7 a.m. on Bartle Path.
Oh, I forgot to say 7 a.m.
Yeah.
That's my shit, because I love his timestamps.
Yo, bro. And here's another take. To me, that's the best AM PM.
You think so?
That's the best AM PM.
I don't know, man.
That's the best AM PM, bro.
5 a.m. and
5 a.m. and 4 p.m. They would make it
5 a.m. 4 p.m.
They would make it a
top 2 Drake songs.
They would make it a competitive 30-minute triple threat match. But 7 a.m. is winning after it hits 2 rock bottoms, bong bong, and they're leaving with the belt. 7 a.m. is different. 7 a.m. to me also showed he really is a battle rap fan, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Because a lot of those lines in the rap records, like if you ever watch battle rap, you don't got to be some battle rap expert. Yeah, but if you listen to a lot of those lines and read the lyrics, that's battle rap stuff. Like just the execution. Like even on 7 a.m.
Is that the song when he said, make it your destination?
Yeah. Like give your driver the destination, like all that stuff. You know, I play it cool with you, then I mark a dude, like Copenhagen. Yeah. Shout out to Copenhagen, Denmark. You know what I'm saying? Girls try to get their Earl Grey on me. You know what I'm saying? But the only tea I give them is for the walk of shame. Like, I'm like, did y'all not hear that? Earl Grey's a brand of tea. The only tea I'm giving you is after you get clapped at my crib, dog. And you got to walk through the kitchen or through the folks.
Nah, Drake.
Like, what? Like, folks that...
He was in his bag, man.
The writing over the last 2 to 3 years, we've talked about Seeing Green. Anytime he's on a record with Ross... Freaking
Ross and Wayne on one.
Omerta, just whatever records he raps is insane. And you know what else is impressive about CLB, bro? And we talked about it before the show, of course, with the homie Wolf. This record's gonna have a handful of records that become anthems, and this project easily has the least amount of anthems.
Yeah, because
has the least amount of anthems.
You're exactly right. Because I remember when I was listening, and I was like, "Yo, what the hell?" This is one of my shower listens, so I'm listening and. I'm like, damn, he don't really got no club bangers on here. But then No Friends in the Industry came on, so I was like, okay, this is one and Way Too Sexy. I give it though. Like, yeah. No Friends in the Industry and Way Too Sexy could go off in the club. I mean, girls want girls too, but
bro, it's like there's the least amount of anthems on this project. Another thing, and again, shout out to the homie Nick. We was even talking about the fact that CLB doesn't necessarily have a theme. There wasn't anything that went into CLB. Like Scorpion had God's Plan, Nice for What, Soon to Be in My Feelings. There was the Pusha Kanye beef. There was everything leading up into that. What went into CLB?
Nah, he said it on one of the songs. I don't know if it was the Remorse or whatever, where he said that he's sorry that he didn't drop to give these boys some subliminal lines or whatever.
Yeah.
He was talking.
Also on Poppy's Home too. Sorry, I didn't give y'all a name to drop for clout.
Yeah, that's probably what I'm talking about. Yeah.
You know, but it was like for a project that had the least amount of anthems, not as much going into it, clearly being pushed back 8 months, 9 months, whatever, for it to be as good as it was, to me it was nuts. But the biggest thing I really want to talk about is the critiques of CLB, because it's not about the fact that, whoever's critiquing CLB, you're a bum. People can have their opinions. I've seen some good critiques of CLB, even though I still disagree.
Yeah.
But a lot of y'all be dragging it, son. like be dragging it to the point where it's like, it's nonsensical, your critique, and it's disrespectful. For example, again, salute to Rory and Maul. I really enjoy their show. We're studio mates because we record at the same studio.
Yes, sir.
And Rory's opinion on the project, I respect it for the most part. He knows his music. He knows his stuff. But when you go and say, Rory, CLB sounded like Drake was making a parody album of Drake, that's disrespectful.
I don't even get that.
That's disrespectful.
I get it, but like...
And you know me, I'm not a violent guy. I don't condone violence.
Would you fight him?
But no, if anybody was to ever come up to you and I or anybody say, yo, you look like you're making a parody of yourself, I can't promise we're not going to throw hands.
Oh, yeah.
That to me is disrespectful. Like, a parody, you not say, yo, it's mid, this sounds the same. A parody? And then you add with it, and I've seen other people say too, like, yo, this sounded like what Tory Lanez used to do when he used to copy Drake. What?
Who said that? Somebody said that?
Rory and other people were saying that.
On the Rory and Maul podcast?
Yeah, and other people on the timeline. And again, shout out to them, because I really rock with the show, and they had another really good episode. But it's like, yo, y'all dragging it. Yesterday, I was at a shoot. Somebody walks in. Again, I've heard plenty of people in real life talk about the project, and folks talk to me about it just like they was talking to you about it. Mm-hmm. And folks are telling me they don't like it, and I'm like, okay, yeah, whatever, blah. Like, I'm still gonna go crazy to it.
Yeah.
One of the dudes was going off and was like, yo, this, again, sounds the same to me. It feels like he's been making the same music since So Far Gone.
I don't know.
Since So Far Gone.
Too Late was even ahead of his time.
Since So Far Gone. Like, if you would have said Scorpion Views, okay.
Yeah.
But so far, you're telling me in 12 years, you personally haven't heard change? And I say all of that to say, really, I think a lot of you guys out there need to face the reality of maybe you've outgrown listening to Drake.
Yeah, that's probably what it is.
I really think that's the case. And you know what? If that is, it's cool. It's like with wrestling, right? Like, yo, even though I still, from a distance, follow wrestling, I'm not into it what I was years ago, where I watched every freaking week and knew every storyline and character development.
I told you how I took like a 5-month break. I tapped out because it's just kind of good. But
you know what I'm saying? It's like I'm not at that point. Oh yeah, yo Wolf, AK's downstairs. Should I tell him to email up or? I'll go get him. All right, cool. Do we keep going or we pause? All right, yeah. So it's one of those things where it's just like, maybe you outgrown listening to Drake. Because again, it always goes back to, all right, you said he sounds like this, right? You say you don't like that, right? What is your solution then? What is your solution to switching up the sound? I
heard somebody say
it was crazy.
Same thing, like, oh, it sounds like regular Drake or whatever. I thought he was gonna switch it up. I'm like, what do you mean switch it up? Because I felt like he already switched it up.
Yeah.
He's been changed. And then like, I'm not sure how long he's been doing this, but he was doing it a lot on CLB, the whole letting you finish the bar.
Yeah.
She gonna take off like a, he won't say it, but you know what he about to say. He did that a lot.
Y'all dudes gassed me up. Y'all couldn't pay.
Yeah, he did it a lot on CLB. So it's like, I feel like that's a little change or whatever, kind of.
There were certain ad-libs. There were certain ad-libs, and I say it jokingly, but it's the truth. The only time not the only time, but more times than not, the tweets I get where I might get dozens worth of retweets and likes come from interacting with other Drake fans when I mention something. Mm-hmm. So somebody was talking again about the same topic, reacting to folks being like, yo, Drake hasn't changed, da-da-da-da-da-da. And they're mentioning different songs, right? And I'm like, yo, you listen to Get Along Better, Drake's ad-libs in that dead ass sound like Usher's ad-libs from 1997 via My Way, if you know what I'm talking about.
They do.
Certain things with I guess the phone filter, like the what?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Like, what? Bro. Yeah, what? Even, I'm like, yo, is this Usher on ad-libs?
Poppy's Home he sampled Montel Jordan or something.
Yeah.
Like, bro, and I would say that to say because when I found out he sampled Montel Jordan on that, because at first I was seeing a lot of people on the timeline like, oh, CLB is cool, but Donda's production is way better than CLB. And I'm just like, y'all niggas cannot be disrespecting 40 like that, because 40 gets
40, Noel bag, went bro. Crazy, yeah, Boy Wonder, mad people went crazy on that. And it's just, and I said it to AK on the other episode, Drake's gift and curse is he is such a natural. When you're such a natural, you can do a whole bunch of things that clearly show growth, and yet parts of the general public won't get it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And when you have that, along with the fact that, some of your peers have truly gone left, people's expectations of going different and switching up is that. When they got to realize that's not the norm. Kanye's going left, Kendrick's going left. Their versions of that is not the norm for hip hop.
Yeah.
That wasn't normal going left in hip hop. That's going out of the genre.
Do they want Drake to disappear? Because I've heard that one of my boys, I was talking to him, he was like, yo, the album is great and all that, but it's just let me miss you. It feels like he don't stop or whatever.
But that's the thing. He's given us enough time, in my opinion, over the last 4 or 5 years.
Because what? Scorpion was what?
3 years ago.
But then he came out with that
Dark Lane demo was last May of 2020.
But that was a bunch of shit that leaked and throwaway.
Yeah, and I feel like features-wise, I feel like his amount of features has been declining. Not quality, but quantity. I don't think, unlike, I don't know, 2013, 2015, 16, or 2018, we've been getting a lot of Drake features.
Yeah,
over the last 2 to 3 years. It's like very, far in between that. So it's weird when folks be like, Drake needs to let us miss us. Yo, of course, the third Amigos in the building. The trifecta's complete. It's just been weird. It's all good, okay? It's just been weird hearing people say that. So to give you a quick recap, we're deep into CLB right now. Will's enjoyed the project. He liked it. It's getting better for him every listen. For me, CLB is a top 3 Drake project. Yeah. I have it third. And I'm right now, before I pass you the ball, just going into some of the critiques for the project. Yeah. Which I feel like have been a bit absurd. And also, I'm just trying to encourage people to accept the fact that you probably have outgrown Drake. Yeah. And that's totally okay. Like, we just talked about it just now, AK. Like, some of us, 2 of us in the room, have outgrown wrestling. That doesn't mean wrestling is whack. That doesn't mean we still don't appreciate wrestling, but we've outgrown wrestling for right now.
Got it, yeah.
Give us your CLB thoughts, my brother.
For me, honestly, I enjoyed the album. This is one of the albums that I've kind of been expecting from Drake on some shit, right? Though personally, I was envisioning the whole more R&B shit. The content matter in the sense that it's like, yo, still on like that Diamonds Dancing type Drake, still on that toxic shit. That's kind of what I wanted from an album called Certified Lover Boy.
Me too, that's what I thought.
Yeah, so that's kind of what I wanted from an album called Certified Lover Boy. Now, honestly, this like, the only track, which honestly I didn't really fuck with that much, was I Can Keep 100 With You, was Way Too Sexy. And even with that shit, the video made me fuck with it.
Okay, good.
The video made me fuck with it. The video was hard.
I'm not gonna front. I told them when I first heard it, like the first night, I was like, okay, it was cool.
You should have seen it.
And then I went out like that Saturday and they played it in the spot.
Oh.
It went crazy.
You should have seen me on opening night.
I take the song totally different. But at first I was like,
you guys should have seen me in my room opening night. I was playing Xbox, listening to the album. What's going on?
The whole freaking Kevin Hart / American Dad shit in the desert, yo.
Yeah, it was hilarious. Then they had Kawhi in it.
Yeah, Kawhi shit was like that video made me fuss with that track even more. But honestly, like Fair Trade, I think what was it again? Fucking Fans or Only Fans, some shit like that,
Fucking
right?
Fans.
Fucking Fans.
Pipe Down.
In Too Deep. There's some other shit. There's a lot of shit there that I was really expecting.
Shout out to Yebba, man. Yebba's Heartbreak.
And honestly, I feel like Drake dropped the ball, and I just like spinning a little.
On
like
the
16, I know.
Yeah, I kind of like that. It was just her in the ISO.
I like that too. I like that too. But part of me was like,
I felt like that was like a throwback. Like I felt like that was something that was like straight from like the So Far Gone vault.
Era type shit.
Because if it wasn't her, it would have been on it would have just been the beat.
Yeah.
As the outro. But keep going on, keep going, keep cooking.
Like I'm not mad at that at all. But like that song for some reason is like, nah, I just needed to hear like a little song, like a quick little 16. That's how I feel. But honestly, Yebba killed it. Like
somebody might have to do an edit. But
I love that.
On that record.
But like, yeah, like I said, Fair Trade, In Too Deep, Fucking Fans. There's a couple other shit that's not coming out to the top of my head right now. But honestly,
probably Pipe Down since you like
Pipe Down. Yeah.
Pipe Down.
7 a.m.
7 a.m. Another good one. That's
you like I Miss You Too with Cudi?
I Miss You Too. I gotta remember that one. Honestly, that was I'm on the fence with that one a little bit. But
I think I'm the only person that liked it. Cause he said the same thing. My friend said the same thing. Oh,
thank you, Wolf. The
only
only record that I was very meh about that I have not revisited since opening night, and I hate that it was this record. It was Fountains.
What the fuck?
Drake wasted that.
Oh. I'm not gonna front.
To me, Drake wasted that.
I'm not gonna
shout out to Thames. Thames did her part.
Okay,
I felt like Drake just wasted that. I was very underwhelmed, so I was like, I'm gonna act like he's not playing a perfect game right now.
Yeah, I didn't really care for Drake's part, but I don't know. It came on one day. I think I was in the gym, and it just came on. And I usually just skip it because I'm like, okay, it's cool, but like I got to be in the mood to listen to this. So I usually just skip it all the time. Just skip it. Probably since the first listen to. But it came on and I didn't skip it, and I'm just like, oh, this shit is actually I forgot what I was doing in the gym. But I was like, this shit is
I might have to revisit it.
Yeah,
but
probably revisit it because this was literally like a day or two ago when I was.
It was like, just I was listening to the joint and my whole face the whole time was just like.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie.
We're deep in a project at this point. After you just ran off like 16, 17 straight. It's whatever, it happens.
No, I'm not gonna lie. The shit I seen about it that did make me kind of agree with it was like nigga Drake was trying to like recreate the vibe around Essence, right?
That's what I was saying.
And I understood it.
Nah, son.
I saw it and I agree with that. I saw it, understood it, but I'm not gonna lie, I still fucks with that. And
Drake's
maybe that's just my
dog,
bias
but-
too, because I love Thames.
Yeah.
I've been preaching
And it's a
Thames,
moment for her, like-
yeah, like so.
For me, you know what it is? I agree with that point as well, but I also felt like it gave me too much reference track as if you was trying to this felt like you did this after like One Dance. Like this felt like you was doing this like during that more Lifetime.
Yeah, and
like,
I'm not gonna front.
more
That's
life.
why I wasn't really, because like One Dance, Blim, like those is like, I like when Drake is in that bag, but the Fountains, I was
Yeah,
like,
Blim's a
it wa-
smoker.
It
Blim's
wasn't
one of
giving
those
me
guys.
that vibe, and that's what I like.
But before we move on, AK, the thing I was also saying too was I also feel like some folks with their critique, Drake, I feel like just gets these more than harsh critiques. Like I was bringing up Rory and Maul, again, salute to them. Rory, you might have seen it, said two things. Parody album. To me, that's disrespectful.
I wasn't gonna lie.
Of course, it's laughable.
It's funny as hell. I don't
Like, yeah, like you'll laugh
hell.
at it, and some have laughed at it. It's like, I get it, but it's like, to say anybody's making a parody of themselves is crazy.
It's crazy. That's a crazy statement.
That's a crazy statement. Like, why, what about a project, especially from Drake, makes you say that? And then I was at a shoot the other day, like I was telling Wills, where somebody was like, yo, I don't really like it. It sounds like he's been making the same music since So Far Gone. Since So Far Gone?
Nah. Like my thing with this album is, right, when I hear like Drake has done like I said it before, like those little toxic records every here and there, and especially on his other albums, it's not spread out throughout the entire shit like it is with this one. This entire album is really just on some like, ayo, like I think he even said it himself with the whole
Yeah, the little bio on
the
Apple
little
Music.
bio on the album music, combination of toxic masculinity and acceptance of truth, like
Yeah.
whatever the other bullshit
it is
is.
all spread it out.
Yeah.
Like, it's like I listen to, I forgot what is it, Pipe Down, and then after I listen to Pipe Down, I'll be wanting to listen to Race My Mind, but then I gotta go through No Friends in the Industry, Knife Talk, got me wanting
Knife
to kill
Talk.
niggas, and then I get back to the shit.
You know what's so funny about Knife Talk? And I ain't say nothing initially because I saw the timeline. Everybody was like, yo, this is the one. I was like, it's all right.
It's,
But I was revisiting. But here's the thing. I was revisiting it. I was out and I was working out. And then I was like, I gotta feed the streets. I gotta feed the streets.
Nah.
What?
My man's made me like that album because we was in his car and he was like, I'm tight. Why Drake only give Project Pat that little of his part? He was going off.
No,
And
Project Pat was going stupid.
He
son.
kept bringing the part back, and I was just like, oh yeah, this Knife Talk go.
Yeah.
Like that's what made me like this song. But at first, when I first heard it, I was just like, okay, this nigga 21 Savage talking about Chopper turned him to a booty clap. I was like,
No, that shit had me crying.
That was crazy.
That was wild.
I started laughing. I'm like, yo, what
excuse
the
me?
hell?
Man, you wanna know why that shit made me laugh even more? 'Cause I think around the same time, some nigga, it went viral on Twitter. Some nigga really had some dude on a chair like twerking and like was pointing a gun at him and shit. So I heard that and I saw that line, like, nah, this shit real life. I was dying.
Chopper turned him to a booty clapper.
I was dying.
But yeah, that's the CLB breakdown. Consensus, we all really rock with it, including Wolf. You feel me?
Right.
Drake, keep doing your thing. And again, men's push 613 with an IG post in the first.
Better not make
9
shit
out of
about
10.
the summer, all I know.
Yeah, it can't be
Shit
about the summer.
the numbers, all I know.
Can't be about the numbers.
Like I said, all my captions.
Look,
Yo,
if Drake's
no friends in the
competition,
industry, when he said I had a Richard Pryor, niggas, that's
that
the joke.
bar was so hard.
Do you understand how crazy I go every time I still
Yeah.
listen to that? I'm sorry, but before we get into the next topic,
Yo.
I just had to because that bar is just so
Bro,
That shit was
crazy.
tough.
I
'Cause
was
just
losing
think
my
about
mind, and I caught that on the first listen.
Me too.
I was like,
I had a
Richard Pryor,
Boy, you
Richard
niggas-
Billy.
That shit was tough. That
Pryor.
shit was tough. No, you know, I'm not lie too. I'm really enjoying the whole champagne poetry shit that's been going on.
Yeah.
First Lupe, then I see Gibbs on that. Like, I hope that should continue.
Yeah, man, bring the bars
We're gonna
back.
talk about that different shit.
quick talking point transition. I'll kick it off. Salute to Baby Keem. Excuse me for the Melodic Blue. I ain't gonna lie, the first 4 tracks scared me. I really thought this was about to be mid. I have not visited Range Brothers. I do not like when anybody says top of the morning to me.
That's
anymore.
hilarious, though.
I'm tight because
That's
how
don't say
I
that to me,
usually
bro.
greet. I greet
Just say
people like
morning.
that.
Top of the morning.
I've been doing that
Just say
since I was
morning.
like 18.
Just say
I
morning.
will always just because people be like, "Yo, why you talk like?" Because I be talking like a funny ass like white boy. Like I watch like Malibu's Most Wanted a lot, so I be getting a lot of corny jokes and shit from there. So I be like hitting people like, "Yeah, top of the morning to you," and shit like that. So
No
when
more.
I heard that, I'm like, "God damn, they kept top of the morning, top of the morning." I don't know. I like it. I was in the
And I
car with my
hated it 'cause
friends.
it
They
was-
had to change the song name. It was like, I don't know what the fuck Kendrick doing, but
Dog.
No,
Dog.
my bad.
Just say morning or good morning to me, son. No top of the morning. They ruined that. That's
that's
a dub.
baby
Nah.
Keem.
You know what's crazy too? Like the way they were spitting before that part had me crying.
Why he
What?
said that on the song too? Give me that.
I said like that shit that had me crying about that song was that like Baby Keem and Kendrick were really spitting, and then top of the morning.
That's what I hated.
Yeah,
Yo,
that's what shout out to my boy Brantley. He was driving and we was listening to it because he said he hasn't listened to nothing since CLB dropped, just CLB.
Yeah.
So I was telling him, he was like, "Yo, Baby Keem shit good." I'm like, "Yeah, give it a listen." So we driving to that fashion show. So he's playing it. He listened to it before, but he's like, "Yeah." And then once Kendrick come on with that top of the morning, he changed it. He's like, "Bro, the song is so good until he comes on with that shit." Like, what?
it was so unnecessary because Keem was even going crazy on the second half of the song. Like I
Snapping.
there's certain times I'll keep a song despite some foolishness, bro. I couldn't even download that song, son. Cause it's so bad. Like I might have to learn how to edit that song skip that part, bro.
We are Range Brothers. He said,
Give me that chick.
Shit had me crying. I'm sorry. I'm like, I fuck with the album though. It's funny the way you say like the first four.
Verse 4 scared me.
First four for me, it was from Range Brothers, and like it was like little gaps in between that kind of scared me a little bit. Like I would say that middle section kind of scared me with the acceptance of issues because I fucked with that one.
I like the Don
Issues is-
Toliver joint though.
Don Toliver,
No,
Lost
Coke-
Souls is all right.
Coco I fucked with. Lost Souls, honestly, it's taking me a little bit of, but
It's
yeah.
all right. I think it's one part that I don't know, but it's all right.
Scars I fucked with, like
Man.
so it's between like Gorgeous
Yeah.
to like Lost Souls is the area that I kind of got a little bit scared, but from Coco, Family Ties, obviously, Scars, Do Rag Activity, from that
Is
down.
what we need. Vent and Family Ties are the only records I want from Keem and Kendrick.
Yeah.
No Range Brothers.
That Pink Panties was kind of funny.
No, Pink Panties I fuck with too.
The chorus is cool.
Trademark USA I fuck with. Pink Panties I fuck with. Scapegoats it took me a while, but that one actually grew on me, so I fuck with Scapegoats.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
Scapegoats is what you're at.
Yeah, like South Africa, I expected that shit to be a little bit better. Like the beat was tough. That shit knock in the car.
It does.
That shit knock in the car. But I don't know. There's just something about things that's either that second verse or that third verse. I just wasn't really fucking with it like that. But I fuss with-
Wells,
I
what
fuss with
about
that
you?
shit.
You rocking with the project?
Yeah. Like I said, I like Pink Panties. It's cool. Y'all don't like Range Brothers. I like it.
I like it till that top of the morning.
Top of the morning.
I'm out.
You know,
It's a no for
it
me,
was
dog.
stupid for me, but I think a meme made me like that part. Like I seen a meme of like Homer Simpson, like top of the morning, top of the
That's
morning.
why I'm slowly starting to fuck
That
with
shit
it.
was,
That shit is
it was
hilarious.
just, it was
now.
just funny to me.
I
So
think
now
I-
when I hear it, I just see Homer Simpson. I don't know why. Don't ask. But yeah, Issues. I like Lost Souls. It's alright. Coco, Don Toliver. I really like that because when I seen the title, I was expecting something else, but the way the song sounded was different from what I expected.
Why don't you
and I
drink some
really liked it.
champagne and hear me rap? I like that intro.
Nah, it was fire. Yeah, Family Ties, of course. Vent, yeah, Do Rag Activity. That was out already though. But it's
Call-
a good project.
It is. Call in an audible because we got some time remaining, like 10 minutes or whatever. Again, speaking of champagne poetry again, folks been rapping over that like we already said.
Yep.
Shout out to Lupe Body.
I gotta
His
hear that.
remix.
I didn't even hear that.
Calm
So you
us
just said it. I didn't even know.
You will like it a lot.
That's what I've been seeing. Like I seen people posting Lupe randomly, and I'm just like, damn. I remember I used to be in a crazy Lupe bag.
Yes, that's the same.
Yeah. Lupe's one of the guys you just always got to respect.
Yeah,
Oh,
of
love.
course.
Always.
Always. Lupe went crazy, but the version of champagne poetry that went off, folks, was the one by Freddie Gibbs that came out on Saturday. Vice Lord Poetry, and the opening lines, which are clearly about Kendrick, had the timeline go up a little bit. I know I was like, yes, yes. But in all seriousness, though, that line, basically, Cat's talking about smoking tap fives, You haven't burned nothing. I just say all that to say before I pass it to Wills. I want Kendrick to engage for a little bit. Because, again, I love Kendrick. I love Cole. But y'all talk a whole lot for cats who've never stepped in the ring in their life, in their rap life. And Kenny, you rap against the dude who at one point I said was the best rapper in the world. I double dog dare you. Rap against him. See what happens. For real, because everybody's want to talk this stuff and it sounds good, but just like with Pusha, I don't believe you. It sounds good on record. I'll rap it, but I don't believe you. I want to see it.
It's like I heard Joe Budden tell Kanye to get out the way. Kanye West, move out the way. This is the real battle. We need Kendrick and Drake. Because after he heard the Family Ties verse, he was like, Kendrick's about to drop. Kanye, move out the way.
Like I just want
want to see.
I just want to see it though, but like, and again, just for the sake of fun.
Yeah.
Like, cause at the end of the day, like, ain't nobody want to see it
Like, no actual-
escalate, whatever. But like, I just want to see bars, bro.
I need that.
I want to just go, Kenny, please do a Heart Part 5. Like,
Awesome, yeah.
get bars, bro, for real.
Yeah,
Like I want him to like make a song where we know he's going at Freddie Gibbs. Like we know it's a response. Like I don't want him like hopping on a Baby Keem song or his new single and then he just
Do it by
throw
yourself.
a few tracks. So it, like I mean, a few bars at him. I want like. I don't know. I missed that back and forth, and we haven't really got it since Drake and Meek, and we already know what Drake did to like with that. Shout out to Meek though.
No, that's facts though. Like even to like, you know, adding to Arden's point about that shit. The one thing that like I really wanted to see from Kendrick, like you said, is just for him to get into a battle on some shit. And I think the last time, not just that, but just really see him get into a battle with somebody like on his level. Because the last time that he really had like a little tiff with somebody was
like
Big Sean.
Big-
Yeah.
and
And
that
keeping
don't
100, like I fuss with Sean, but
I fucked with
that
Sean,
don't
but
count.
you're not.
yeah.
Kenny can't, because I'm not gonna lie, guys. I want to see him go against Drake, but I don't know. I might
I feel like
pick Kenny. I might pick Kenny because I love Kendrick Lamar. I like really like.
I can't. And you know what though? And this might be a reach. If Kenny and Freddie was to go back and forth, I'm rolling with Freddie.
What?
I'm rolling with Freddie. Freddie has been more tested than Kenny. Freddie can rap.
Freddie can rap,
Freddie
but
can
can
rap.
rap, but Kenny-
I know Kenny can rap, but Freddie I have had more conviction in my voice when I've said Freddie was the best rapper than I've ever have said or thought about Kendrick Lamar being the best rapper. Word for word, ball for ball.
This is crazy.
Freddie,
I don't agree with it, but
Freddie, that's fine.
I
respect it.
I've been on the island plenty of times.
I respect it. I respect
I'm
it.
telling
I
you.
respect
I
it.
respect
Freddie,
it, but I
Freddie
don't
is
know.
different.
Kenny
We gotta
is-
understand Kenny is nice, but when it comes to the competitive aspect, it's been on some candy, man. It ain't
You don't
real.
Remember when he did Control?
It ain't real. I still don't remember.
I do not recall.
I still don't remember.
I don't recall.
Shout out to all the B and C list rappers that responded. But like for real, I want to see it. Like I really want to see it just because. Just because. And this is all Kenny and Cole's fault. Y'all spent all that time just saying it and not actually jumping into the ring, and now y'all past y'all competitive prime.
I'll keep it 100. I don't think they passed the competitive prime, especially with Kendrick. Because I feel Kendrick been itching for some shit. And because
Man, they both be itching. When you gonna scratch?
I mean,
When you gonna scratch?
I think it depends when they feel somebody's really ready just to go jump up.
Kenny had Drake at the same level in 2013, 2014, didn't jump.
I don't think neither of them jumped though.
But Kenny had more of a reason. He had more momentum. And here's another take. If Kenny would have taken on Drake in 2013, I think Kenny would have won. Off the strength of the momentum, that BET Awards freestyle, the ha, jokes on you, high five, you bulletproof, the the soft rapper in pajama clothes, and how he was rapping back then with that certain momentum, I would have given it to him. And folks, you already know who's talking. You already know who I rock with. But years later, against the boy that's more battle tested, against other cats who's actually been battle tested, and your legacy and rep more at the
More on the art side than
more
on
in the
battle
art side and more at risk. I'm not sure you want to go there unless you could truly keep it rap and tap into a lane. No, I'm just saying though, because it's like I feel like you know how with Drake and Pusha at the end of the day for Drake, it was the whole, there's rules to this, man. Like you can't go that far. I feel like Kendrick's from that same boat. I will rap with you if we keep it rap. I could easily see Kenny at any moment if somebody says something. For him, it's like no, and not on some he's soft. I just think for him, it's like
I see what you mean.
No,
I can see.
And Freddie, I think is one of those guys that will push it. Pusher proof he's one of those guys that will push it.
Freddie's definitely one of them guys.
They will take it there.
I won't be surprised if Freddie drop another one talking shit to Kendrick before Kendrick could respond.
That's all facts. And the funny thing is about this shit, so I feel this Freddie shit is not. It's clearly not any like malicious shit. It's just all for the spirit of entertainment. It's just all competitiveness.
But that's what we need. Like I was just watching the Up in Smoke, all this, the Matt Barnes and
all the smoke.
Yeah, with Jadakiss, and they was talking about the beef with 50 or whatever, and how he was explaining like how him and Beans was going at it, and it was kind of personal, but the bars was just so hard, and like him and 50 was more just like for the sport, because like I didn't really know 50, and he felt like 50 was doing it like for some promotional, like like he know how 50 worked or whatever. So I don't know, man. I feel like Kenny would be on some like 50, like if he coming out with an album, then he'll probably like be on some shit, but like
I just want to see it. Same thing with Cole. I just want to see it, bro. It sounds good, but I don't believe you. It sounds good, but I don't.
Let them get in the ring together.
I don't believe you.
I'm gonna keep it 100 though. I feel I have more confidence in a Kendrick than I do in a Cole.
Really?
In the simple.
Now we talking. Yeah, elaborate on that before the clock expires.
Honestly, it's honestly for the simple fact that if we were supposed to take his Cole's quote unquote diss records or whatever, it's either to I gotta be keeping honest. Niggas is pretty much way below him on some real shit. What was it? Little Pump was the quote unquote one we can really say.
It's the imaginary little guys.
Ain't no real reason that to be talking to them. Versus with Kendrick, he's the one that's really going after.
Yeah, Kenny don't.
Whether it's Big Sean, whether it is Drake, whether it is a fucking obviously not.
He said top 5.
Yeah, he going after everybody on some real shit, and he hasn't been afraid to name them. Always, and he hasn't really been afraid to name them whatever shit. So when it comes down to that, I can definitely see Kendrick being like, "Hey, yo, bet, let's get it popping." Versus Cole is more of a, all right, man, I'm not really in the mood for this. I'm not really feeling this.
I just hate they be like that. Then you want to talk like on records.
Nah, but it's really hilarious though, because even with Kendrick, like you saying,
come on, man.
Even with Kendrick though, how you said like, yo, you still feel like he's probably gonna be one of those like, nah, I'm not really feeling it. Even off the last letter, I get that vibe that he's just in a different space.
And that's what I said.
So I can agree with that. That's what I said.
I think they're past the competitive prime because 4 years ago, 5 years ago, 6 years ago, before we wrap up, I feel like it would have been easier. Now it's like you're an entirely different person. Who you are personally actually impacts who you are professionally. So I'm not sure it's going to take, they're the type of guys that it would take a legitimate rewiring. Like Drake, even though it impacted him personally, Drake has already been so used to competition. It's just, all right, I'll go in the booth and talk about you and still live my life. Kenny and Cole, it really feels like they're going to have to do some serious rewiring just to tap into that mode.
Yeah.
And for that, it's kind of like, maybe I don't want to hear it.
I gotta agree with that.
But if you can do it,
I can understand that.
It's like when Drake heard Swiss Beats talking shit, and he just went and gave him those bars.
Yeah, still a loving dad, still traveling, but he could give a nice 4 or 5 pack.
Yo.
As we wrap up, fellas, let me get your quick thoughts. Quick recap of news that I saw in rap. How do you guys feel about the fact Blueface and his crew badly beat up a bouncer in a LA club?
That was stupid.
This is my first on hearing about this.
Yeah, the bouncer was like, "Yo, we need some identification." Blueface is like, "I'm a famous rapper,"
and then showed him.
He Googled
himself and then showed him on the phone, and the guy still was like,
"Yo,
and they stomped him out."
And then they just jumped him.
I mean, the nigga doing his job. That's dumb as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If anything, like, bro, like. You a famous rapper, like I've done it in clubs, like, yo, I'll give you this, like give them some money, like you don't have an ID, like there's times where I've been out with my mans, they don't have an ID, like, yo, bro, like he don't got an ID, but like we'll give you a little extra, you let him in, like something like that, or, like you could have hit the bounce off, like, yo, bro, I'm famous, give him some money, like and could have showed him, like, yo, bro, I'm famous, I even hold you down with something. You don't gotta show him I'm famous and the dude like, nah, I don't know, like, and then I beat him up.
Exactly. Nigga just trying to do his job and trying to stay employed in this fucking pandemic, man.
G-Eazy was arrested following the VMAs for assault at a nightclub. Apparently, I think La Costa, whatever they called, had the room him and his people had after they were done, a VIP room. Long story short, they didn't want to let it go, so they tried to snuff a couple people.
Oh, niggas off that white girl?
What?
He was off that white girl?
Had to be. Everybody in the VMAs.
If you out here snuffing people from the cost for no reason, for VIP room after the VMAs.
McGregor and MGK.
Yo, McGregor on some different shit.
Yeah,
He was on that Kanye Henny. I seen a pic of him with the cup right before he was about to pop. And it had to be Henny in that shit.
Either that or he was drinking his own freaking whiskey that he got.
Oh, it was probably that because it was brown.
Sipping.
Mm-hmm. But I thought it was a Kanye VMA Henny.
The last one.
Down that drop, so I'm gonna take that nigga's spirit real quick.
The last one, A Boogie was arrested in London before touching the stage for an alleged previous incident that happened 2 years ago out there.
What the fuck happened 2 years ago?
I've read the report. They didn't share what happened. But it was just like, yo, he was about to touch the stage. He got arrested. And they're like, for something that happened 2 years ago.
See what they do to Bronx niggas?
They had to put up the bootleg CLB sign and say, A Boogie will not be performing. I was like, oh my God. Like they oh man, son.
Nah. He's not touching the stage.
Nah.
But word, I'm excited as we close out.
Wait. Shout out to Aaliyah.
Yep.
Aaliyah
I've been hearing that Aaliyah being played.
Yeah.
I've contributed to them streams being played out loud in the whip. You know what I'm saying?
Gotta be done.
Passion. Well, I'll be going crazy to that. Take me back to my 8-year-old self. But word, that's that for episode 161 of the Foresight Podcast. Thank you guys as always for listening. Of course, shout out to Wolf and WTF Media Studios for holding us down.
Yes, sir.
Again, follow us on the socials at The Foresight Company and at Foresight Company. Visit our official website, foresightny.com. Again, with the music, we got y'all. You already know. Fargo Fridays, the EP is out. Check that out. It's been going crazy. The single that we got dropping tomorrow on Wednesday, which is now out by the time you watch it, Treat Me Different with Phils Jackson and Cool Kid Dre is out, so check that out. And as we always say, for the guys up top, for the guys down low, you already know how we rocking, man. Talk to you next time.
Yes, sir.